And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. Welcome back and welcome on board. Today we are continuing we're finishing the Thailand tour, and we're going to be continuing a general tour, or we're going to be starting a general tour around Asia. Now, I was originally flying the CJ4, but turns out another Citation BizJet was released, and I decided to drop the CJ4 because I've featured that on this channel a lot, and decided to give this one a try, which is the new Cessna Citation X by FlightFX. Now, I'm gonna give a disclaimer that I'm absolutely still learning this aircraft, and to be honest, I've probably been here for about an hour and a half trying to get this thing started up, or at least get things ready before I actually started recording. So it's going to be a lot for me to learn. I'm going to be trying to follow the checklist as much as I can, but let's have some fun in this, folks. I did take it for like a quick flight a while back, or probably a day or two ago, just to kind of see how it feels, just flying it around, and it feels absolutely amazing. This jet's created by FlightFX, and you might be familiar with their Honda jet as well as their Vision jet. Both aircraft I flew a lot and absolutely loved it. So once I saw it was by FlightFX, I said I'm going to get this and give it a try. All right, let's hop to the cockpit, folks, and let's get ready to push back and start our engines. All right, so I didn't mention it, but today we are in Thailand at Watana Nakhon Airport, and we're going to be heading over to Cat B Vietnam, or Cat B International in Vietnam. And we'll talk about that once we get into the air. We've already gotten clearance from the tower, so we are pretty much ready to push back. As you can see, weather here is mostly cloudy. You have a little bit of drizzle in the area. There's a little bit of rain and stuff en route, but we're going to be cruising really high today, 45,000 feet. This jet is absolutely amazing, and it's about an hour and 19 minutes in the air before we get to our destination. So before we actually get going, let's just take a quick external view of the aircraft. If you guys haven't had a chance to look at, there's tons of videos on YouTube, which is why I don't want to really go too in depth. I think there's going to be better YouTubers out there to look at to really kind of learn these systems in depth in the aircraft. But as you can see, this plane has been modeled absolutely beautifully. High quality by FlightFX as usual. If you look down bottom, I was just happening to take a glance, and I was actually blown away by the detail on the gear, if you can get a good angle. If you look, as you can see, a lot of rust and dirt and everything on the landing gear, or the main landing gear, which I think is a beautiful touch. Just considering this is a part of the aircraft you're probably not going to be looking at like that. Absolutely love it though. And if we just come back into the interior, this is one of the few aircraft of this size we actually can kind of go straight into the main cabin. And as you can see inside here, once again, beautifully modeled here as well. If you take a quick zoom in on the actual upholstery for the seats, you can see the detailing of the leather and the grain and the buckles. Absolutely amazing. And I haven't really had a chance to kind of look at the full details of this aircraft. I think you can actually display passengers in the seats and that sort of thing. Not 100% sure, but probably not going to be spending too much time back here anyway. So I just want to show a quick view of the cabin. LED is functional. Yeah. Okay. You have the tables here that are functional. It's awesome. Just click to close it up. Look up top here. The lights, no, aren't really functional. That's fine. But as I said, not going to go into too much detail here. But what I will do is just set some wing views, just so we can get some good views here when we are landing. I want to try and get, yeah, let's do this. So we'll do this guy here. And we'll just come on the other side. And we'll do this guy as well. Good. So I always like to set these views just so I can kind of easily kind of switch back and forth. Yeah, there we go. All right, folks. So as I said, we're going to be departing runway 5. We've already gotten our clearance from the tower, so we're going to go ahead and start our pushback. And actually, I'm supposed to let tower know when I am ready to start a taxi, but it looks like I have the option to request departure. So I think I'm just going to head straight to the runway, and let's go ahead and start our pushback now. Let's get our ground lights on here. Let's see. So our landing lights and our taxi lights. Just gotta find the rest of these guys. I'm still, as I said, learning this aircraft. So just need to just trying to look to see where the actual other lights are. I think they might be over here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Okay. Nav lights are already on. Let's get our anti-collision lights on. Passenger safety lights can come on as well, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start our pushback. Alright, so we just completed our pushback, so we're going to go ahead and get our engine started. And let's bring up the checklist once again. This aircraft does come with an interactive checklist, which is absolutely awesome. So we'll go ahead and get our engine started, and we're going to be departing runway 05, which is straight ahead up here. So let's continue with the checklist, folks. We've already started our APU and the pack isolation valve knob. Gonna make sure that is set to closed. Right. Starting duct pressure is at least 30 psi. Okay, that's 47. Okay, so it was taking me a while to actually like notice where it was, which is right there. So we're gonna go ahead and do the right engine start. We can look over here. Okay, the engine's starting up. We gotta set the throttle to idle.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
So the sounds for this aircraft are absolutely amazing as well. Okay, do you guys hear that? That sounds awesome. So we had our N1 rotation, oil pressure was looking good. Not to the RTT. Hydraulic pressure. Looking good as well. We're gonna go ahead and start the left engine now. Left engine start is looking good. Let's take a quick listen to the engines. Also, one of the things to take note of is the sides of the engines on the Citation X are comically large. It's almost like it's less an aircraft with two large engines. It's almost like two large engines with the fuselage attached to it. Absolutely crazy how large these engines are, and that's the main factor behind this aircraft's performance. Flies very high, flies very, very fast. Alright, so engine start looks good. Alright, let's get our generators on. I believe these guys are already on. And APU bleed air switch and go to off. Okay, this is the check for the GPU if used. But yeah, the bleeder switch says as desired. Okay, it's okay. All right, so that was for the other engine. I think we are all good here too. Engine bleed ear knob, HPLP, pack bleeder, HP. I think I was supposed to do this before I start the engine. Right. So all this is good. All right. So we've started our engines here, and we'll go ahead and do a before taxi checklist. So flaps, slats, and levers up. Rudder control. Set our flaps to 15 for takeoff. All right, we're gonna go ahead and check our speed brakes as well. There, looking good. So AHRS or IRS aligned. No flags. ECAS is checked. Let's see. So I have no takeoff, got the APU on. I believe the APU can come off. See, this is going to happen later in the list. Standby gyro is uncaged. I believe it's this guy here. Anti-ice system as required. So pitot-static heat is already on. Pressurization. Got an altitude select. And I think we got to put this to about 47,000 because that's where we're going. All right, passenger safety. Already done the passenger advisory lights, seatbelt, harness check, all that good stuff. All right. Taxi check, exterior lights as required. So let's got our recog lights on, and we'll do our taxi lights as well. All right, folks. Going to release our parking brakes. Nose wheel steering is looking good as well. Thrust reversers are checked, and our flight instruments are looking good. So we're going to head towards the runway now, folks. And when we get there, we're going to request departure clearance from ATC. All right, and here we are, folks, at the runway threshold. Just got to request departure clearance from ATC, and then we are on our way, folks. Good day, Tower, November 8982, requesting departure, runway 05.
November 8982, Watana Nekon Tower, fly runway heading, runway 05, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, runway 05, clear for takeoff, November 8982. Alright, folks, and away we go. So we're going to go ahead and line up on the runway. Alright, this is the moment of truth, folks. We're going to see how this goes. This is a relatively short runway here, but should be able to get off pretty easily with these engines. See, the yoke seems so far down. Come back a little bit, I guess. Alright, folks. Let's do our final checks before departure here. Or takeoff checklist. Anti-ice systems as required. Make sure our landing lights are on as well. Landing lights left and right on. All right. That's our throttles to about 40%. right. Everything is looking good. See, there's no takeoff message here. And I'm not 100% sure what that's for. Oh, I think I have to set my trim. Trim's in the green. All right. All right, flaps and slats are set for takeoff. Speed brakes are retracted. Set our trim for takeoff. Trim's in the green. Okay, yaw damper and mock trim are on. All right, folks, we're ready to go. Now, I know I've probably forgotten one or two things. So if you guys see anything that I might have missed out here, feel free to point it out. But in the meantime, it should be all good overall. Let's set our transponder to TARA. Just gotta find out where the transponder is. Let's see. It's this guy. There we go. Oh, I was supposed to set my frequency as well. Forgot to do that. Click this guy. It's be 5023. Boom. As mentioned, yeah, it's cool. And the pitot static heat switches are both on as well. Got our landing lights on. All of the other lights are on that we've needed. Switch everything on already. Engine instruments and ECAS are looking okay, except for the no takeoff. I'm not 100% sure what that means, so I'm gonna have to look that up. It's probably something to say that I've forgotten. All right. Takeoff checklist is complete. VDEX systems, we're going to set our throttles to takeoff. Which is just below max. So should have set my parking brake. Wow, this is beast. Rotate.
Airborne time off.
So we've been told to main.
November 8982, contact Bangkok Center 132.1, bye-bye.
(132.1), November 8982. Good day, Bangkok Tower, November 8982 at 1000, climbing 6000.
November 8982, Bangkok Center identified. Climb to flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190, November 8982.
November 8982, turn left, heading 020.
Left heading 020, November 8982. Right. Alright, folks. So climb so far has been good. Let's go flaps up. Whew. Just about to hit an overspeed. Let's go flight level change as well. I think we go into the climb detent.
Thai 634, contact Bangkok Center 133.1.
Center on 133.1, Thai 634. Have a good afternoon.
November 8982, clear direct Sigma. Resume on navigation.
Clear direct Sigma. Resume navigation. November 8982. And let's climb to, I believe we'll clear to 16,000. As you can see, folks, getting very used to this aircraft. Let's go flight plan. Let me do this. There we go. And we can go nav. Boom. So we're holding about 250 knots roundabout for a climb. And I think once we cross over 10,000, we'll probably accelerate to 300 and climb out there. So let's complete our after takeoff checklist. Landing gear is up, flaps are up. Throttles are set to the climb detent, anti-systems as required. Engine sync knob as desired. Check our pressurization. I'm actually going off course because I don't think I'm in FMS mode. Yeah. Actually, pressurization will be over here. Looks like we are pressurizing. Passenger advisory lights as required. Looks like our aircraft is pitching up for 300, so it's being managed by the computer. 300 is our climb speed, and we are heading up to check. I believe it was, this is 190. That's where we're good. All right. 190. That's it. Get our landing lights off as well, and we could shut off the APU. So let's take care of our landing lights. Don't need those anymore. And APU can come off as well. Alright, so while we're climbing, we kind of ended up going off course. We're supposed to be going to direct Zikma. So we need to change our source. Should be FMS1. There we go. The V01 supposed to be on. Let's go nav.
November 8982.
There you go.
Climb to flight level 450.
On the flight level 450, November 8982. So as I mentioned today, folks, we are heading to Cat B International, which is located in Hai Phong, Vietnam. So Hai Phong is one of those cities that quietly holds a lot more than people expect. And while it might not be as internationally famous as Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, it plays a major role in Vietnam's identity. Economically, historically, and culturally, it's often called the city of flamethrowers because of the bright red blossoms from the flame trees, Delenix regia, that bloom spectacularly in the summer, lining streets and creating a vibrant, almost theatrical look that the locals are really proud of. It's Vietnam's third largest city and a critical point. In fact, it's the biggest seaport in northern Vietnam, making it the gateway for international trade coming into and out of the north. That alone gives Hai Phong a kind of industrial edge. That's not the whole story. There's this mix of French colonial architecture, modern commercial zones, and old neighborhoods with temples and shrines tucked into courtyards that tell a quieter tale of tradition. So despite being a bustling port city, Hai Phong has a laid-back atmosphere compared to Hanoi. There's less honking, less hustle, more room to breathe, but with all the conveniences of urban life. You get a strong sense of pride from people here. It's a blue-collar city in many ways, built by workers and known for its resilience, especially during the Vietnam War. And it was bombed repeatedly, but managed to recover and grow stronger. The climate in Hai Phong is humid subtropical, like most places typical in that area, which means hot and rainy summers and cool, misty winters. Summer can be steamy and stormy, especially with monsoon rains rolling through, but it gives way to a more pleasant dry season from November to March, when the sky is clear and the temperature drops a little. One of the coolest things about Hai Phong is how close it is to Cat Ba Island, which is part of the stunning Lan Ha Bay, often seen as the quieter, more pristine cousin to Halong Bay. You can hop on a ferry from Hai Phong and be surrounded by limestone, karsts, and emerald waters within a couple of hours. There are caves, hidden beaches, and even wild monkeys in Cat Ba National Park. The bay itself is breathtaking. Jagged cliffs rising out of the sea, floating fishing villages, and kayakers weaving through sea grottos. So within Hai Phong itself, there are also some unexpected gems. The Du Hang Pagoda, which dates back hundreds of years, is a peaceful refuge filled with bonsai gardens, statues of the Buddha, and ancient relics. The Hai Phong Opera House is another example of the city's French colonial legacy. It's elegant and historic and stands as one of the oldest opera houses in Vietnam. And then there's the food. Hai Phong is famous for a few specialties, but perhaps the most beloved is Ban Da Cua, a deep, savory crab noodle soup that uses flat brown rice noodles, freshwater crab meat, and a rich tomatoey broth. It's comforting, flavorful, and distinctly northern Vietnamese. Locals will also point you towards Nem Qua Be, crab spring rolls, which are crispy and golden on the outside and filled with crab, pork, mushrooms, and glass noodles on the inside, served with fresh herbs and dipping sauce, of course. Hai Phong might not shout for attention, but that's part of its charm. It's a city that knows what it's about, hardworking, full of heart, with deep roots in Vietnamese culture and history. And for travelers who take the time to get to know it, it offers a mix of urban grit, natural beauty, and authentic local flavor that feels refreshingly real. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've started our descent into Hai Phong, particularly, or specifically, sorry, to Cat B International. We're doing our VNAV descent right now. The ATC has cleared us down to 5,000 feet, so pretty much going to head all the way down right into our approach. This aircraft has been pretty interesting. I'm honestly getting the hang of it. Like, it's a bit of a handful compared to any business jet I've flown to date. It's a little more manual, a little more to keep an eye on, but overall it's been a dream to fly. I just need to get used to it. I do have auto throttle on. Fight me if you want. I just prefer to have one less thing to think about, and it's doing a great job right now managing the speed based on the FMS, so really enjoying myself. So right about now we are actually starting our descent, as you can see, crossing through 39,600. So I'm going to take a quick look at our approach today, and let's bring up Navigraph. Alright, so so here we are, just kind of descending through. I've set the RMP runway 07, or RMP Zulu runway 07 approach. Not sure if that's exactly what we're going to get, because ATC didn't really specify. They just said runway 07 and cleared us down to 5,000 feet. But what we are doing is the NAH-1J arrival. So I believe I'm just trying to see exactly where we're heading. I think we're going to be heading to NAH right now. And then we're going to be kind of coming this way. Looks like we'll be moving around and maybe either going to be heading back in a U shape back towards the runway, or we're going to just be heading straight. So let me just double check our approach. I'm just looking at our flight plan here. You guys can't see what I'm looking at right now, but it looks like we're going to be going to Togub, then CI 555,
Hanoi Control, Long 8022,
CI 333, CI 111.
Loom Air 8022, Hanoi Control, radar contact.
Then it says we're going to head to Doomham, so it looks like we're going to go come around here and then head straight towards this waypoint, descending to 4,000 feet or below. Looks like based on the... Is that above 4,000 feet? Might be above 4,000 feet. I don't remember what the lines mean, or I don't know if it's above the line, it means above over 4,000. I think that's what that means. So right now they're giving us 5,000, so I think that's what that means. In terms of the approach, see, this is where I'm not sure what we're going to be doing. If we're heading to Doomham, then
Hanoi Control, Airplane 6194, flight level 290.
yeah, it looks like we're going to probably be heading
6194, Hanoi Control,
into
identified.
coming into Doomham, then probably heading to this waypoint and then turning right for runway 07. So I'll see what they give us, because they haven't really told us exactly what we're going to be doing yet. So I'm just going to keep an eye on things. But in the meantime, we'll see how it goes, folks. Once I get more word from ATC, I will give you guys an update. But for now, we're just enjoying our descent, just letting the aircraft manage things and bring us down slowly into Hai Phong. So I'll be back with an update sometime really soon. Alright, and welcome back, folks. Beautiful afternoon approach here to Hai Phong. We have actually been given the ILS X Rwy runway 0 approach, so that's what we're going to be working towards today. And I'll see if I can do it. Was a little iffy doing ILS approaches, but yeah, we'll see if we can get this one right today, right? When I come back, we'll be on final approach. We're going to start getting prepared for landing now. As we're kind of getting close. We're about to do that last hook, as I mentioned, on the approach. Oops, a little too far out. Yeah. Heading towards this Dooman waypoint. And we're going to kind of go straight ahead to C107 here. So keep you guys posted. We'll see how things go. We're coming in for final approach. Alright, folks, and welcome back. We are getting ready to land. I've taken over the aircraft. Runway 07 is straight ahead of us, and I'm just going to fly this one in manually. Let's do our before landing checklist. Let's kind of move this out the way. Landing gear is down and locked. Flaps. Oh, flaps full. Speed brakes are retracted. No ECAS warnings. Airspeed is looking good. And autopilot is off. And the yaw damper is off as well. Minimums for today is 200 and I believe it's 39 feet, somewhere around there. Didn't quite get the ILS to work, so luckily really good weather here today. So I'm just gonna fly in manually, and we're just gonna enjoy the approach. Now the good thing about this aircraft is that it is handles extremely well. Very easy to fly. So it's kind of ironic when you think about how difficult it is to control, or how complex it is. Let's put it that way. Sorry. Beautiful views of the city on approach, though. Absolutely loving it. Looks like we have a little bit of a crosswind, I feel. Kind of blowing us a little bit to the right. So I'm giving a little bit of left rudder on the way in. Trying not to get too high. There is a tree right in front of the runway. So I'm gonna have to try and get over the top of that tree, but also not be too high at the same time. That's gonna cause issues probably. Alright. And we're floating a lot. Touchdown.
Landing time logged.
Beautiful. Spoilers up, reverses. You can hear the working. And 60 knots. Look outside. And we'll get the view of the landing again. Nice replay on the way in.
8982, exit next available taxiway.
APU on. Get this guy started. And I think we'll just park right here. Right, let's get all of our lights off. Come over here, you could turn the seatbelt lights off. Shall leave these guys on, these anti-collision lights, until we shut our engines down. And right, let's get the chocks on, and now we'll go ahead and we will shut off the engines. There we go.
Engine off, time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
And here we go, folks. Perfect parking job. Not going to say a perfect landing because he did not do it properly via ILS, but we were all lined up and we were in a good position. And yeah, this is a really, really great aircraft. I still have a ton to learn. It's going to take me a while to really get used to it, but we're going to do lots of flying in it all throughout Asia. And I think we're going to have some fun here. Citation X, beautiful aircraft. I saw a lot of good reviews for it from other people who've flown it. Seems to be a lot of buzz and excitement around it. So I'm really excited to keep on playing with it, keep flying it. Let me know what you guys think about the Citation X in the comment section below. And outside of that, I'll talk to you guys on our next video. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy saying stay safe and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.
We're soaring so high. With reggae beats we touch the sky.